Okay, here we are at 300 yards at our target. What we did is we didn't put any dope on the rifle. We have a 100-yard zero on it. We held point of aim here. We allowed in our shot our group, and it impacted right here. Measuring the group with the tape measure, we have a 25 centimeter or roughly 10 inches of difference between our point of aim and our point of impact at 300 yards. Now what we're going to do is go back to our ballistic calculator, and we're looking at this as if we have no data for our calculator. So we're starting out with nothing. We have a 100-yard zero on the rifle. We're going to take that 100-yard zero, shoot it at 300, let it drop. Now we want to line this number up to 300 yards. That way we know what this is going to be and what our data is going to be. We can then align our ballistic software up for our starting point. This is just to get us our basic dope. I've done this method several times at Gunsite. We just recently did a Gunsite trip, and this is one of the ways they do your initial calculation on your ballistic data. It's a very good method for people who only have access to short ranges and as well need a starting point. You're not changing anything. You have a 100-yard zero, you confirm it, you go over, you shoot 300 yards with your 100-yard zero on and let it drop, and then you're just measuring the distance and putting it in the calculator. So let's go back to the line and let's look at it in our calculator, and then we'll shoot it at distance to confirm and see what it looks like. Welcome to a Sniper Side bullet point lesson. In this lesson, we want to help some guys set up their ballistic software when they don't have access to ranges that go out as far as this one. So there's some shortcuts one can take. Now, this is a brand new barrel, brand new scope. We just set it up, and we have an initial 100-yard zero on the rifle. We want to make sure our 100-yard zero is good. If you have the ability to chronograph, as soon as I get my 100-yard zero, I'll then chronograph the rifle, which I've done, and I've got an initial number with the 147 VLDs at 2700. So what I'm going to do is take my 100-yard zero and not change anything on the scope. I put a target at 300. I shot a 3-round group, holding point of aim and letting it drop. I didn't add any elevation to it. So then I go down range and I measure it, and it's roughly 10-inch drop, or 25 centimeters. And what we're going to do now is we want to go into our ballistic calculator, and in the range card, we want to line up that 300-yard drop to 10 inches. And we're going to use our muzzle velocity to do that by manipulating the muzzle velocity. So if I go in, my initial data is telling me 10.5 inches. If I go and change it to 2750, recalculate, and I'm in the range card to look at the inches and drop, and it's telling me roughly 10 inches right now. And now I'm going to confirm it at 800 yards. So the 800 yards is telling me to put about 5.4 dialed on. It's between 5.4 and 5.3. There's 5.5, 5.4. We'll drop it down one. And we have our 800-yard target with the truing bar. Our truing bar is 0.2 wide, and that's going to be our point of aim. So let's go and shoot our 800-yard target. So we got 5.4 dialed on. Target's found. We got a little bit of wind coming from the right. About a 0.5 mil of wind. Make sure we're all good and level. All right. Impact. Impact. All right, let's go take a look and see where we hit. That should line our software up. Okay, so here's our impact on our 2.2 truing bar. We got 1, 2 right there. 5.3 to 5.4, this is a 0.2, so we can actually come up to 5.4 and bring it up into the center. So 5.4 would be the right answer, but 5.3 is not too bad. We had 100 yards 0, kept the 100 yards 0, measured our drop by shooting a group at 300, lined the calculator up to that, and it took us over to 8, and it got us in roughly a good spot. Real down and dirty, real simple.